Dragon Ranger here. Welcome to another video.
What's up, guys? I am going to cover one of my favorite seasons of Power Rangers. I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis and why it's one of my favorites. Here we go. The season I'm talking about is Power Rangers Time Force. Now, when I was a kid, when I first saw Power Rangers Time Force, I was already into, like, the future. I already saw Back to the Future and tons of other movies that were based in the future. And it just, as soon as Time Force came on with its flying cars and like and all that other cool stuff when the opening sequence starts, I was already hooked to the show. There was no stopping me from enjoying it. So, what is Power Rangers Time Force? If some of you have not seen it yet, Power Rangers Time Force is pretty much based around the year 3001 at first. In the pilot episode, well, not the, yeah, in the pilot episode, we are introduced to our first four Rangers, and I'll explain that we will be seeing throughout the series, as well as our villain. Our villain is a mutant time, I want to say like mob boss, called Rancic, and he is just bent on destroying humanity. He does not like humans for various reasons, and he's out to destroy Time Force and as well as humankind. And in this episode, he is trying to figure out a way to travel back in time before Time Force was even a thing, so he can easily destroy the Earth and so on and so forth. Um, in in that way, we are seeing a raid with the Time Force Rangers trying to stop him from using the time machine that he has built, and we are introduced to the Red Time Force Ranger, and he stops him and arrests him and brings him to trial. Now, along the way, we have our trial, and we see that the Rangers, well, the Time Force officers at this time, uh, Jen, Katie, Trip, and Lucas, are transporting Rancic to a facility prison where they freeze you and until your time is served. And they turn you into these little action figures and put you inside like a frozen case and put you away until your time is served. Well, along the travels with the transport, they are attacked by Rancic's goons and his daughter Nadira, and he escapes and he goes to the time prison and prepares to travel to the year 2001, which is then the next part of the series that we are introduced to. Now, thanks to a cunning Rancic, he is able to do this and defeats the Time Force Red Ranger at this time. Thanks to this, uh, the Time Force officers that failed, Jen, Carlos, Trip, and Lucas, Trip, and Katie, are now tasked to go back to the year 2001 and stop Rancic before he does anything. And they succeed in going to the year 2001 with the Red Time Force Morpher in hand. When they arrive, they find out that they cannot morph unless they find a perfect match to the recent Red Ranger that they lost. And along this journey, they did run into this like a distant relative to the recent Red Ranger that is an exact doppelganger to the Red Ranger from the year 2001, and he has the perfect qualities to reactivate the Red Morpher and their morphers in the process. And he does succeed, and then the series goes on throughout in the year 2001 with them fighting Rancic and his various goons, just like in previous seasons before. Now, why do I like this season so much? Probably because it's just the season that I was probably waiting for when I was a kid. Honestly, like we had the whole space thing and the dinosaurs and stuff, but we never really touched base with time travel before, and this was very, very interesting for Rangers to take, and it was fun, it was engaging, and the story was fantastic. They did a really, really good job with the story back then, and it was fun. It was honestly, I laughed, I cried. I probably did a lot more laughing than I did crying, honestly, but it was really good. And plus, it also changed the perspective that only a Red Ranger can lead a team. Obviously not, because I felt more like Jen, the Pink Ranger, was leading the Power Rangers more than Wes was, because mostly because Wes was just new at it. He didn't understand how to really lead a team at first, but Jen was leading a lot more. It seemed like in the year 2001 with her team than Wes would ever be able to, and it was really interesting to see that that Saban said it leaders come in many different shades, and that was really good to see, as well as seeing one of my favorite Six Rangers, the Quantum Ranger, appear, which was really cool because like it brought in the time traveling and the dinosaur age into one beautiful package, and I loved it, and it was really, really good to have, as well as what I would like to call like the Power Ranger version of a Vegeta and Goku rivalry between Eric and Wes. It was really, really cool to see that, because you can totally see that Eric always wanted to be better than Wes in many ways, and Wes didn't really understand. Like, and plus you can also see a lot of Goku traits in Wes. Like he's like the clown, and he likes to goof around sometimes, while Eric is serious and he wants to get the job done right away and not hold back. He's just a very, very interesting character that a lot of people can link themselves to, and it was just fun. And the series throughout was fun, and I loved it, and many other fans would love it as well. If you have not seen Time Force yet, I would totally give that a watch. But anyways, this is coming to be a pretty long video, but this is the end right here. So if you enjoy, please leave a like, and if you have any thoughts on Time Force, have you seen it? What do you think about it? What was your thoughts about Power Rangers Time Force when you saw it for the first time? Did you enjoy the story? Did you hate it? Did you like the Rangers? Did you hate them? Did you love the Quantum Ranger, or did you hate him too? Just leave that all in the comments. And if you want to hear more topics, more news, please give me a subscribe, and I'll do my best. And if you have any topics that you want me to cover, also leave those in the comments, and I'll get right to them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Dragon Ranger.